Hello, welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna continue my work that I've been doing on my beautiful dress from the last video. I've already made a shawl for it. It's very cute, it's very pretty. It fits me pretty well, I think. One second here. Ta-da! Like this. I think it matches pretty well. Very happy with the lace at the bottom. Also, there's still a couple pins in there. Don't know if you can see that. Ignore that, but yes. Lace, ow, needle. Cute. And I thought, well, I should really, since I have all of this now, get a blouse done. So, found an old onion pattern. And then I drew onto some paper. And then I modified it a bit. I modified the sleeves and the bust and made it a little bigger. And I will be cutting it out of this fabric because I think it matches pretty well. I think it's cute. And that's what I'm gonna be doing in this video. Hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult. I tried to add a button panel and I don't know if it'll work. But yeah, so I'm gonna be cutting the pattern out here and taking you along for the ride. So, as you can hopefully see, I'm just cutting out the pattern that I've already traced onto some pattern paper, and I will be needing to add seam allowance. Now, since I'm planning on doing French seams, I will be needing to double the seam allowance that I'm going to use. So I'm planning on 1 centimeter seam allowance, which means I need to add 2 centimeters all around all of these. But I'm going to be doing that on the fabric itself and not on this pattern, so I can use this pattern for any seam type. Alright, so I got all the pattern pieces cut out here, and I want to show you something cool about specifically onion patterns, but also just a lot of patterns in general, is they'll tell you a level. This is saying it's medium difficulty here. I'm sorry, it's not in English, but I'll try my best to translate. And it'll have like your sizing and how much fabric you'll need for each size. Now I can't do that because I've modified it pretty heavily. Like I made the top wider and stuff like that. So I can't do that, but you could do that. It's pretty simple. It's very helpful. Most patterns will have these, to be fair. They'll have different models. So this one has 3 different models, A, B, C, A, B, C. I'm doing something closer to model A, but I modified it quite a bit. And it'll tell you if you want to modify the pattern. This is how you do it. They also give you who you can call. And this is the really cool part. They'll tell you how you can lay it out to cut it, which is very helpful if you're a beginner. Now this, again, is a medium difficulty. If you want something easy, you can check out my last video, like I've already said. But this does really help, and they do have some really easy patterns. They also tell you how much seam allowance you need and stuff like that. Yeah. And then they'll give you a step-by-step guide on how to do it. So it's pretty easy. Sometimes they'll use words that are a little difficult to understand, but for this pattern, it kinda is just what it is. I made these sleeves huge because I wanted to poof. And then for the front, I think I did this wrong actually, realizing, but I added like a button panel, and I don't think I needed to do that way, but we'll come back to that. I'll check out how buttons work. But otherwise, everything is pretty much done. You can see kind of, again, where I added some more allowance and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty simple. That's how sewing patterns work. Wowie, wow, wow. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sew these. I'm gonna cut them out of fabric. Don't know if I'll film it. Maybe I will, but right now my floor is covered for a different project. So we'll see if I film it or not, but otherwise I'll check in later. All right, so I made a quick mock-up. Sorry for the weird angle. This is the only full body mirror I have. Hopefully you can see. 1 second, let me turn on the lights here. I made a quick mock-up of the shirt. It's a little bit tight, but I think it's okay. Also, the sleeves aren't as long as they're gonna be. I think what I'm gonna do is add a slight bit more poof to this area here so that it's, you know, a little more gathered and floofy. But I actually do kind of like it. It's a little tight here, but I think adding maybe 2 centimeters to the seam here would be helpful. I'm also wearing a shirt underneath, so that might be the case. I think the back, I don't know if you can see it. I think the back is good. So, hooray for mock-ups, but yeah, pretty happy with this, honestly. Also, yes, this is my broom closet. It's the only full body mirror I have, so forgive me. Then I'll close here, and I think I'll do like a loop button here, and honestly, I don't think I need the button panel here anyways. So, a little more at the seam here, and seam here, a little more here, and I might move this seam slightly down as well, because it's a little high on me. But yeah, it's mostly good. I'm gonna note those things, and then move on to the real thing. Alright, so I'm just tracing the pattern onto my fabric using a heat erase pen because magic! These things are awesome. But yes, I'm tracing around the pattern onto my fabric, which I did end up changing from the fabric I said I was going to use because I think this looks better. But yes, you'll also see me adding seam allowance, like I mentioned before, using a little tool. Not a normal ruler, but a little tool you'll see in a moment that you can get at your local hardware store or sewing store, which just has a bunch of different measurements. They're really useful and they cost like nothing, so I would recommend getting one. But yeah, anyways, I think I'll just let you watch and enjoy. Just something I quickly forgot to film before. If you hear someone shouting in the background, that's the person living above me. It's fine. He's gaming, so if you hear that something, that's him. I forgot to mention that, as I mentioned in the voiceover, hopefully, I'm using 2 centimeter seam allowance, but I'm then cutting it in half so I can easily see where I need to sew. This is not necessary. If you have been sewing for longer than I have, you probably can eyeball it, but I just want to make sure, since this fabric is a little expensive, I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. And since I actually want to wear the shirt, I want to make sure it lasts and that it's pretty and that I don't hate it. So just for me, it does make it a little more chaotic to look at, but yep. Before I can get to sewing the French seams on this shirt and sewing the shirt together, I need to sew up the darts on the front and back panels. There are 2 darts on each, and they're basically just there to help the fabric curve around my waist and stomach, which are not straight. If you have a straighter stomach, you could remove them, or if you have a curvier waist, you could add more. Now on to me trying to explain how French seams work. And basically what you do is you put your fabrics together, wrong sides together. Normally you would put them right sides together, but for this you put them wrong sides together, and you sew that up. After that, you cut off the seam allowance as close as you can. Be careful that you don't nick it, as you can see here. Then you turn your clothes inside out so that now they are right sides together, and then you sew them back up. You then flip that seam over again, and you'll be able to see that you now have an encased seam, which is clean on the outside and also clean on the inside. Alright, I just filmed this entire segment incorrectly, so I'm refilming it. Anyways, broom closet. Still, sorry, only full body mirror. Check in here. This is the status on the blouse. I think it's pretty good. I might need to take in this seam a little bit, but we'll do that later if or when. I'm putting an elastic up here, so it's gonna change its look a little bit. The reason I'm checking in now is because I have no freaking clue how I'm gonna do the sleeves. That's gonna be interesting. The back looks like this, by the way. I have no idea how to do the sleeves, which is gonna be interesting. Hopefully it goes okay, because the sleeves are kind of the best part of it. I'm a little sad about the middle seam here. Maybe I should have taken it out of the pattern because of the way I'm doing it. But I think I can add some stuff to it to maybe make it look a little better. We'll see. Otherwise, yeah, I think it's great. Also, you see this? That's heat erase pen. I can erase that, don't worry. I didn't just ruin my white fabric. And also, my face looks great because some of my health issues have been acting up. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good status report. Broom closet segment over. What I was gonna film, you can see here, trying to do French seam, but the siren went off. It is a scheduled siren day, though. I've just completely forgot. I forget every year that this is the day they test the siren, so I thought I'd just let you listen to my pain for a little bit. Pain. I also got a notification on my phone which scared the living carp out of me. Because I'm a fish now. I think I'm doing this right, by the way. Oh, is it done? It's done! Alright, yes. So, I think I'm doing this right. I've sewn a tube of a sleeve. Don't know how well you can tell here. I've sewn a tube of a sleeve. Here, sleeve tube. And I'm putting it on the inside of this. And because for French seams you always want the wrong side to wrong side first, so I'm putting it wrong side basically, which is opposite of what you would normally do. Normally you would do right side to right side, but this is wrong side to wrong side. So I'm gonna try this and check in, we'll see if I did it right or not. Oh, I also have to pleat the sleeve somehow, which I probably should have done before putting it in there. Oh, that's also what she said. Oh my god. We'll see how this goes. I can always redo it. I think I did this right, actually. Look. That looks like a pretty decent shoulder, actually. Hey yo! I figured it out. And the inside seam is encased. I did it! Yeah! Now to just do it again, because the other side is still empty. But yeah, this is going. Alright. Hello. I just wanted to do a quick check-in and say I've gotten an elastic put in the neckline, which is nice. Unfortunately, the part here, the top part, is still a little bit short. So it's going a little high on my chest, unfortunately. But that's just life. Also, I got both of the sleeves in, and they look great. And then I spent the rest of today, I don't know if you can see, trying to fix the bottom of the sleeve, and then failing, and then needing to pluck everything out and then re-put it in. And it took so long. So I think I'll take you along the journey of me folding it and plopping in the elastic. And after that, I think it's time for a reveal. So, crafting montage, and then reveal. So, for the reveal of this video, I thought I would try something a little bit different than my previous ones. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all the individual layers of the costume and explain to you what each of them do. So let's go do that. So, the first part of this costume is the hoop skirt. I think it should be pretty obvious here, sorry, what a hoop skirt does. It makes it floofy and round and poofy. Makes it move very nice. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Anyways, for the second part is the stiff net. What the stiff net does is it helps hide the hoops when you put on the next layer of skirt, which I will do now. The next part here is, as you can see, this beautiful dress, which also covers the skirt. You can still see the hoops a little bit through, but not at all as bad as if I didn't have the stiff net underneath. Now, this skirt I am working on changing, but for now, this is what it is. Next layer is, it's the shirt that I spent the whole video making. I think it turned out so good. I mean, look at it. It looks so professional, I'm gonna say. I added an extra elastic under here just to keep it under when I lift up my arms. But I think it looks really good. It looks so fantasy-esque. I'm gonna give you a second to just admire it. Anyways, for the next part, it's the skirt that I spent all of the video before making. Here. So you can see it. Beautiful, pretty. And as you can see, you can't really see the bones through it at all. So pretty. Next step is the corset, which of course I'm going to show you while I tighten. I don't know how well you see it, but that's how you tighten the corset. You can see at the back here. I can probably go up a little more. There we go, like that. And then I just do a quick knot in the center on my back, which very easy. Yep. Super easy. Yep. Anyways, next step is the belt, which I'm now realizing is definitely off center, but I think it looks really good with the blouse as well. Feel kind of piratey. Yar, har, fiddly-dee. And the final step I'm just gonna put on while you're watching, which is the beautiful cape. Cute, eh? It does kind of cover the blouse, but you can still see most of it. And also, I lied. The final step is, of course, the wig. Look at this. I'm gonna scoot the camera back so you can see as much of the outfit as possible here. And then walk back without walking into anything. Look at that. Huh? Pretty cute if I say so myself. Anyways, if you liked this video, you could leave a like and a favorite or comment what you think I should make next. You can also see that I just put on the wig without a wig cap. I didn't feel like it, I'm sorry. if you want to watch more, you can subscribe and hit the bell so YouTube shows you the next videos that I post. I have some really cool stuff that I'm working on. One second, let me show you a little sneak peek. Look at that. Oh, ho, ho. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I still don't know how to end the video.